Hey Mets fans, welcome back to the channel, and today we are continuing the discussion for the New York Mets and their approach to 2020 MLB free agency. And as we know, they've been keeping tabs, showing interest on virtually everyone out there. And in regards to relievers, there's so many great names in the free agent market as it is, and one name in particular that so many Mets fans would love to see in the bullpen in Queens starting the 2021 season, including myself, is left-handed reliever Brad Hand from the Cleveland Indians. As we know, he was put on outright waivers just over the past couple months because the Indians simply can't afford him, even when he has been one of the better relievers in all baseball the past couple years and truly had a phenomenal 2020 shortened season as well. So the real question is, can there possibly be a fit between the New York Mets and Brad Hand? Of course there is. There's been plenty of interest in between both sides here, so that's what we will be breaking down today's video. A summary on Brad Hand and his game, the possible connection, if any, with the New York Mets, and trust me, there is definitely some, the type of impact he would have in the bullpen for the New York Mets, and everything in between. And as always, guys, make sure you stay all the way until the end of the video for all the deets and all my thoughts on Brad Hand possibly landing in Queens with the New York Mets for the 2021 season. And if you ended up enjoying this kind of Mets content and want to see more great Mets content like this going forward, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and thank you all so much for the continuous support. I cannot begin to thank you how much it has been appreciated and how much I'm looking forward to what the future holds here on the channel and for the upcoming Mets season. But as always, guys, let's get right into this video. Here we have 30-year-old left-handed reliever and Brad Hand. At 6'3", 215 pounds, originally drafted in the second round back in 2008 by the Florida Marlins, has solidified himself as one of the most consistent and dominant relievers in baseball for over the past 5+ years. And in the 2020 shortened season with the Cleveland Indians, in 23 games played and 22 innings pitched, had 2 wins, 1 loss, a 2.05 ERA, remarkable 16 saves, 29 strikeouts, 0.77 WHIP, 11.86 K per 9, and a 1.64 walks per 9. And in 2019, in 60 games played and 57.1 innings pitched, had 6 wins, 4 losses, a 3.30 ERA, 34 saves, 84 strikeouts, a 1.24 WHIP, 13.19 K per 9, and a 2.83 walks per 9. And his career numbers splitting time with the Marlins, the Padres, and most recently the Indians, in 396 games played and 608.2 innings pitched, had 26 wins, 43 losses, a career ERA of 3.65, 105 saves, 624 strikeouts, and a career WHIP of 1.24. Hand has solidified himself as a 2-time NL All-Star in 2017 and 2018, and a 1-time AL All-Star in 2019, of course, with the Cleveland Indians, and has also seen himself as an All-MLB second-teamer in the 2020 shortened season. And in case you guys don't know, Hand deals with 4 different pitches currently in his arsenal, dealing with a slider that tops out around 80 miles per hour, a 4-seam fastball around 91 miles per hour, a sinker around 91 miles per hour, and a curveball around 76 miles per hour. I hope you fellow Mets fans remember that when Sandy Alderson had his first presser along with Steve Cohen as they became in the new regime for the Mets, that they emphasized how Brad Hand being put on outright waivers by the Cleveland Indians around October 30th was the main reasoning as to why he wasn't claimed by the Mets, or at least shown heavy interest, because of the fact that they weren't officially signed off and made official as part of the new regime for the Mets. So now the Mets are in a prime spot that we know at least that they in fact were heavily interested in Brad Hand then. They were looking to claim him should everything be finalized in time, but it just wasn't the right timing yet because they didn't have everything that they were currently working with. But now that they are in this new regime, they have Jared Porter now in place too as their GM, they can make things happen, and what a get a guy like Brad Hand would be. Bringing that lefty in the bullpen with some great stuff as it is, still in the prime of his career, Mets would be able to land him probably in not too much in regards to dollar signs. It might be a little difficult just because I would assume plenty of other teams are going after Brad Hand outside of the Mets, but at the same time, it shouldn't be too drastic of a bidding war currently with this type of market that we were dealing with in this MLB offseason. It's truly unprecedented, and it's kind of really front-loaded when it comes to teams that really have the best advantage versus the majority of the league that is dealing with a tight cost when it comes to their current salaries. So I think when you look at the Mets currently, bringing in a guy like Brad Hand would be absolutely huge for them. As much as I enjoyed a guy like Justin Wilson, I'm not sure if he will be back with the Mets. Brad Brad Hand would definitely be a huge get, be the best lefty in quite some time for the Mets in that bullpen as it is, would bring some great diversity as well. We know the Mets right now, they don't have much diversity in between the starting rotation and the bullpen when it comes to lefties. Brad Hand is at the top of the list with other guys in regards to just overall bullpen acquisitions outside of Liam Hendricks. I love Liam Hendricks. I talked about him in a previous video, but the Mets have the opportunity, and I truly believe they do, to land a guy like Brad Hand, as they want to address all different areas of this roster in this 2020 MLB offseason, between not just the rotation, the bullpen, the outfield, the infield, literally everywhere is where they're trying to upgrade, which may very well factor into the type of players that they acquire when it comes to the bigger fish, knowing that they want to really balance out the type of dollars that they are currently working with to maximize their return in this offseason. Brad Hand would be a massive get for the Mets that currently has a strong bullpen array as it is, with Edwin Diaz, who, say what you will about him, including myself, trust me, I've been at plenty of games for the Mets where Diaz blew the save or just had a terrible, and I mean terrible, outing, but he has filthy stuff with age on his side, and I just hope for the Mets' sake that they don't utilize him as a closer. I think Diaz, and really any other inning outside of the ninth, is still dominant, but in the ninth is where things really get shaky. But he has great stuff. Now you bring Trevor May as well, who is fantastic with the Minnesota Twins, and then you also have Dellin Betances, who very well can still bounce back, but they don't need him to anymore. And then you have Seth Lugo, most likely back in that bullpen as it is, and you have all these other great names still. So the Mets are really in a prime spot to have a dominant bullpen in 2021 and going forward, and Brad Hand would be that much better for them, and I would love to see it happen. I'm sure you guys would too. So as always, guys, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Brad Hand could very well land with the Mets? I think that there's definitely a strong possibility. I know I've said that with a lot of players here on the channel, but Brad Hand is definitely atop of that list because they want to make sure that they balance out everywhere, and depending on the type of route that the Mets go down between the trade avenues and free agency, we are going to be gaining a better grasp as to the exact direction that they're going down sooner rather than later. But the fact that Alderson has already stated how Hand very well would have been claimed by the Mets, more than likely would they have been officially in place as part of this new regime in time, it just goes to show that they are definitely interested. They know Brad Hand very well, and he would be a phenomenal get for the Mets as a dominant lefty in that bullpen. So as always, guys, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, make sure to check out previous videos if you haven't already, and if you are new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of Mets content and want to see more great Mets content like this, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, share this video with your friends, put on your notification bell, all those great things. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. It would really mean a lot, guys. That way I can start doing live streams, among other things. It's just the beginning here on the Mets channel. I cannot wait to see what the future is in store, not just for here, but for the upcoming Mets season and beyond. So seriously, thank you all again. I appreciate you all. Make sure to let me know your thoughts again, and I'll see you all back in a day or two.